You put too many pickles on my oatmeal and wet bread sandwich. And another thing, tell the nice young man who wants me to buy a subscription to Tongue Depressors Quarterly that he isn't very nice, and I don't think he's all that young. Soup!
Geek Quiz.
Hello and welcome to the Iodent Geek Time Radio Hour, the only line-caught quiz that tastes like a lint-covered cough drop from the bottom of your pocket. But you know what? It's your last one, and you're probably not going to catch anything anyway, so quit your whining! I'm Grandpa Perillo, coming to you live from inside this boat. Now let's get right to the answers to last week's quiz, so I can get back to listening to the collected works of Mortimer Snerd on Victrola rolls. Let's see here. Question 1. Sherlock and Mycroft's rocky relationship is baffling to John. At some point, John theorizes that Mycroft broke a particular type of toy of Sherlock's when the two were boys. What is the name of that specific toy? And the answer is Action Man. I knew a fellow with the nickname Action Man back in Normandy in '44. Ate 3 live salamis and a quarter liquefied almond roca without breaking a sweat. I love that man. Alright, what's this? Question 2. Most episodes of Sherlock are based on canonical Holmes stories or novels by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The first episode of Sherlock is called A Study in Pink, which is a reference to A Study in Scarlet, the first ever Holmes novel. The episode references one particular clue, but inverts its meaning from the original source material. What is the clue, and how is it inverted in the episode from the original text? And the answer is in the book A Study in Scarlet. The murder victim scratches the word rash into the floor, which is German for the word revenge. The same thing happens in the episode A Study in Pink, but it is revealed the word rash does not mean revenge, but instead the beginning of the name Rachel. Sherlock even mocks Anderson for suggesting the Germanic revenge interpretation. I had Germanic revenge once, didn't leave the bat room for 2 weeks, and had to burn my home to the ground just to kill the memory of it. Alright, what's this nonsense? Question 3. Sherlock Holmes is not an expert in everything. In fact, some of his specialties reveal his biases towards other subjects. In the finale, The Great Game, Sherlock has a limited amount of time to solve one of Moriarty's puzzles, and this puzzle requires Sherlock to have knowledge about a specific event in a field of study which he's almost wholly ignorant of. What is the field of study, and what is the specific event? And the answer is astronomy is a field of study, and the event is the 1858 Van Buren supernova. What's so super about Nova, huh? She never cleans behind the refrigerator, and I swear to Pete she stole half of my TV guides from the early to mid-1970s. Last week you guys asked me some questions, so right now I'm gonna pretend I care for 2 seconds and tell you what I think. My fair Googie asked, what is the meaning of life? Googie, the meaning of life is a scoop of chicken liver pate smeared on a piece of toast. Some people think it's delicious, some people think it's terrible, but the undeniable truth is that if you bought it from Rothstein's Delicatessen, you pay too much! Hunter Jumper 101 asked, are you happy to see your grandson after he spent so much time in the RLC? Am I happy he's back? No! I was banking on him finding me a nice retirement home in the 404-era Lakeshore community. It's always balmy there. It's good for my sciatica. Now I gotta fend for myself on the mean streets of the intronets. Naka Naka 12 asks, what's your favorite kind of ice cream? Judgmental Disdain with chocolate jimmies. And now for this week's very special musical theater quiz with a bunch of questions that you guys ain't gonna know all the answers to. Question 1. Stephen Sondheim, who wrote the music and lyrics for Into the Woods and Sweeney Todd, also wrote a musical based on a work by Aristophanes meant to be performed in a swimming pool. What's the name of that work? Question 2. Andrew Lloyd Webber has had many musical successes over the years, but one of his biggest failures was a musical where all the characters wore roller skates and portrayed trains. What's the name of that musical? Song. Question 3. Stephen Schwartz, who wrote the music and lyrics for Wicked, also wrote a musical about the son of one of history's most famous kings. What's the name of that musical? So, leave all of your dirty linens and answers to this week's questions in the comments section down below. Good luck! And happy hunting. Now somebody find me a balloon, 3 peppermint candies, and a broken razor. I gotta send a gift to an old friend.
Geek Quiz.